Hey Raiders fans, let's dive deep into what could be one of the most pivotal moments in recent franchise history. The Las Vegas Raiders are at a crossroads, and with the possibility of landing the #1 overall pick, everything changes. This isn't just about picking a coach. It's about redefining the future of the team, building a culture that demands respect, and giving fans something to truly rally behind. Now, we all know Pete Carroll has had a long and storied career, and there's no denying the legacy he's left in football. But let's be honest, the Raiders need a fresh start. It's not personal, it's about progress. Pete has done what he could, but the league has evolved, and it's time for new blood to step in and take the reins. For the sake of both him and the team, stepping aside might be the best move. If not, then yes, it's time for the Raiders to look elsewhere. Now, looking at the landscape of potential candidates, it's clear that the quality and depth of coaching talent available right now is incredible. Starting off at number 10, we have Jeff Hafley, currently the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. Hafley has been in the NFL coaching ranks for over 2 decades, and his tenure at Boston College as head coach from 2020 to 2023 showed his ability to lead a program and maximize talent in the modern era. At 46 years old, he's at an ideal age for a team looking for someone with both experience and energy, a coach who understands the evolving landscape of the game, from recruitment to nil developments. Hafley comes from the Bill Belichick-Sean McVay coaching lineage, and we know how much value is placed on those trees. He's proven in both college and the NFL, and while he may not be the flashiest pick, his track record shows reliability and an ability to build a competitive squad. Moving up the list, at number 9 is Mike Tomlin, the longtime head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tomlin has never had a losing season since taking over in 2007 and boasts a career record that is impressive by any measure. He's a Super Bowl champion and a defensive mastermind, a coach who can command respect in the locker room while demanding discipline and excellence. The only question mark is that he hasn't advanced far in the playoffs recently, which might suggest a mutual desire for a new chapter. Imagine what Tomlin could do with the Raiders, a team ready to embrace a defensive-minded philosophy, paired with the ability to recruit a strong offensive staff. Tomlin could provide stability, leadership, and an identity that has been missing, and while he's highly sought after, the Raiders could make a compelling case for him to bring his vision to Las Vegas. Number 8 on the list is Joe Brady, currently the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. At 36, Brady is young, innovative, and has a proven track record of developing elite offensive talent. From his time at LSU as a pass game coordinator to his stints with the Carolina Panthers and Buffalo Bills, he's known for taking quarterbacks and elevating their performance to elite levels. Brady's approach is adaptable, strategic, and future-focused, and he would be particularly ideal if the Raiders are looking to draft a franchise quarterback, such as a top prospect like Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore. Pairing Brady with an experienced offensive mind could create a dynamic duo capable of transforming the Raiders' offensive identity and giving fans a reason to believe in a high-powered, modern approach to football. At number 7, Robert Saleh represents a coach whose reputation may not fully reflect his abilities due to the circumstances of his previous teams. Saleh is defensive-minded, highly respected, and comes from the Shanahan coaching tree, which speaks to his strategic football mind. He's shown resilience, adaptability, and a deep understanding of how to build a disciplined, competitive team even in challenging environments. His trajectory mirrors other coaches who have rebounded to find head coaching success after initially being in less than ideal situations. Saleh is someone you would bring in for an interview without hesitation, a coach who could become a stabilizing force for the Raiders' future. Number 6 is Mike McCarthy, a coach with a championship pedigree and extensive experience working with elite quarterbacks. McCarthy's history demonstrates the ability to lead teams to consistent success and adapt to different player strengths. While concerns about previous ownership situations may exist, his track record of winning, combined with his ability to build strong coaching staffs, makes him a prime candidate for a team looking to blend veteran leadership with innovation. McCarthy is a coach who understands the league, knows how to build a culture of accountability, and can help the Raiders navigate the complexities of both the draft and free agency with a steady hand. Now, stepping into the top 5, the choices become even more strategic, focusing on younger coaches with the potential to grow alongside the franchise. Mike LaFleur, offensive coordinator for the Rams, and Joe Brady are tough to rank because of their impressive pedigrees. LaFleur, coming from both the Shanahan and McVay trees, has innovative ideas and offensive acumen that could reshape the Raiders' attack. At 38, he combines youthful energy with enough experience to handle the pressure of an NFL head coaching role. He represents the kind of calculated risk that could pay off significantly if paired with the right quarterback and supporting staff. Brian Flores, ranked at number 4, is a defensive tactician whose approach aligns perfectly with what a modern, aggressive team needs. Flores has led defenses at multiple levels and shown the ability to bring pressure, disrupt offenses, and develop a strong team identity. His connections, relationships, and experience managing both challenges and elite players position him as a candidate who can hit the ground running. Flores isn't just about schemes. He's about culture, accountability, and maximizing the potential of every player on the roster. The number 3 spot goes to Jessim Tur, the defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers, a young coach with national championship experience at Michigan and exposure to multiple elite coaching minds. Tur embodies innovation, adaptability, and the strategic mindset needed to elevate a team to consistent contention. His youth and knowledge of both college and professional football make him an exciting option for a team aiming to build a long-term identity. Number 2 is Chris Shula, another defensive mind, yet someone whose approach has offensive awareness that pairs well with developing a franchise quarterback. Shula has been groomed in a lineage of coaching excellence, with an understanding of both college and NFL systems. At 39, he combines youth, strategic thinking, and a readiness to lead a team that wants to be competitive from day one. Finally, at number 1, the choice is Clint Kubiak, who represents the perfect blend of offensive innovation, quarterback development, and leadership potential. Kubiak's work with quarterbacks at multiple stops, including Seattle and previous stints with the Vikings and Saints, highlights his ability to elevate players' performance and adapt to the evolving game. If the Raiders draft a franchise quarterback, Kubiak could be the ideal head coach to maximize that talent, establish a culture of excellence, and set the foundation for a sustainable winning team in Las Vegas. Continuing on from the first part, now that we've explored the top candidates for the Raiders' next head coach, it's time to dig deeper into what each of these individuals brings to the table and how they could shape the franchise moving forward. The reality is that coaching is about more than just XS and OS. It's about culture, leadership, and vision. The Raiders are a team with a proud history, passionate fans, and a roster that has potential but needs guidance, structure, and a head coach who can unify and inspire. That's why this next choice is so critical, especially with the possibility of having the number 1 overall pick in the draft. The right coach could not only develop a franchise quarterback, but also build a staff and system that sets the Raiders up for sustained success. Looking closer at some of the mid-tier candidates, it's clear that someone like Joe Brady is incredibly appealing because of his ability to adapt to the modern game. He understands the nuances of the passing attack, the importance of quarterback development, and how to maximize talent in a league that increasingly prioritizes speed, decision-making, and versatility. Brady has already shown that he can translate college success to the NFL, helping quarterbacks like Josh Allen reach their full potential. For a Raiders team potentially looking to invest in a young quarterback, his offensive mind could be the perfect complement to a new signal caller, and pairing him with an experienced coordinator or defensive-minded head coach could create the balance necessary for long-term success. Robert Saleh, on the other hand, represents stability and defensive expertise. His time under Shanahan and experience with teams like the 49ers have honed his ability to manage pressure, develop schemes, and build a cohesive unit that can withstand the challenges of an NFL season. Defensive-minded coaches often set the tone for culture and discipline within a team, and Saleh has consistently shown that he can command respect while fostering growth in players. He's adaptable, strategic, and well-respected by his peers, making him a strong candidate for the Raiders if the goal is to establish a strong identity from the defensive side. Mike McCarthy's experience cannot be overlooked. While some may question his recent performance due to organizational challenges, his career demonstrates an ability to win at the highest level. Super Bowl champion, multiple playoff runs, and extensive experience working with elite quarterbacks make McCarthy a proven leader who understands what it takes to create winning habits. Pairing him with a young quarterback and a talented offensive staff could give the Raiders the stability and structure needed to become a consistent contender. His presence would bring credibility, leadership, and a blueprint for success that could transform the locker room culture immediately. Stepping into the top-tier candidates, Mike LaFleur is particularly interesting. While some may view his experience as limited to offensive coordinator roles, his pedigree and connection to coaching trees that have produced successful NFL leaders cannot be understated. LaFleur has a modern offensive mind, innovative schemes, and the ability to craft an adaptable playbook that maximizes talent. If the Raiders are looking to be bold and forward-thinking, he represents a calculated risk that could pay massive dividends. The blend of his youth, creativity, and knowledge of pro-style systems could allow the Raiders to develop a dynamic offense capable of competing in any situation. Brian Flores brings a different type of appeal. As a defensive coach, he's aggressive, meticulous, and relentless. He understands how to apply pressure, create turnovers, and strategically manipulate game situations to his advantage. Flores also has experience as a head coach, which gives him perspective on managing a full team rather than just a unit. His leadership style focuses on accountability and preparation, which could dramatically elevate the Raiders' culture. Pairing Flores with an offensive coordinator who complements his philosophy could create a complete team identity, balancing defensive toughness with offensive innovation. Jasim Tedder's trajectory is fascinating because he blends youthful energy with championship experience. As a defensive coordinator at Michigan, winning a national championship and working under elite coaching influences, Tedder has developed a reputation for strategic insight and adaptability. He's also familiar with managing talent across different levels, which is critical for developing young players and a franchise quarterback. Tanner's ability to navigate both the XS and OS and the human elements of coaching makes him a top-tier candidate for a team looking to invest in long-term growth. Chris Shula, ranked number 2, represents a defensive mind with the versatility to adapt to the modern game. Shula's coaching career has been shaped by exposure to some of the best minds in football, combining a deep understanding of defensive systems with the ability to appreciate offensive innovation. This makes him particularly appealing if the Raiders are focused on drafting a young quarterback. Shula could provide guidance, structure, and mentorship while assembling a staff capable of balancing development and performance. His connections and reputation suggest he can attract the right assistants to form a cohesive and talented coaching team, which is critical for immediate and sustained success. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers around the league have grown louder in the past few days, and now they're echoing through locker rooms, front offices, and social feeds alike. Sauce Gardner may be on the verge of becoming the next defensive superstar for the Raiders. Nothing is official, nothing is confirmed, but insiders, teammates, and a few loose-lipped scouts have all been hinting that something big is brewing in Las Vegas. And if the chatter is true, Gardner could be the piece that transforms the entire identity of the franchise. Observers claim that Gardner has arrived with an edge, a confidence, and a presence that instantly shifted the tone of practices. Some players have reportedly mentioned that his voice is already one of the loudest on the field, not in volume, but in command. The moment he lines up, the defense seems to gather around him, as if he's the gravitational center of a new era. Coaches, usually cautious with praise, have supposedly been dropping unusual compliments behind closed doors, calling him a natural tone setter and the kind of cornerstone every defense dreams about. Rumors say the Raiders staff has been quietly redesigning parts of their defensive scheme to maximize his skill set. Word is they're preparing to let Gardner roam, shadow, and suffocate opposing receivers with the kind of freedom given only to the most trusted playmakers. Some even believe he's being positioned not just as a shutdown corner, but as the defining identity of the entire defensive unit. One coordinator reportedly told a colleague that Gardner brings an electricity the team hasn't felt in years. Fans who caught glimpses of early sessions swear he looks faster, sharper, and more instinctive than ever. The buzz is that he's already winning matchups that were once considered impossible. And while nothing is guaranteed, the excitement feels different this time. Less like hype and more like the first spark of something real. Whether these murmurs prove true or just swirling off-season smoke, one thing is certain. The Raiders haven't seen this level of defensive anticipation in a long time. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.